Have you ever wondered why, among all the powerful angels, it is Michael who leads God's armies? What makes him so special, to the point of facing and defeating Lucifer in the most epic of celestial battles? Prepare to discover the secrets that few dare to explore. In this video, we will reveal the real reason why Michael is the supreme commander, the defender of God's people, and how this directly affects the fate of all humanity. Angels like Michael are beings created by God, destined to play specific roles within his kingdom. The Bible tells us that all angels were created by God as powerful spiritual beings even before the creation of the world. In Colossians 1 verse 16, we read that, "For by him all things were created, in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities. All things were created through him and for him." This includes the angels, who have their roles and hierarchies well defined in the heavenly realm. Michael is one of these celestial creations, specifically designated as an archangel. The term archangel means chief angel or head angel, indicating a position of leadership and authority over other angels. Michael's creation, like that of all angels, was to serve God and fulfill his will, whether in heaven or on earth. Michael is often associated with tasks involving spiritual warfare and protection, especially in relation to God's people. From the beginning, Michael was set apart for a special mission. Although the Bible does not provide us with all the details about the creation and origin of angels, we can infer that God created Michael with a specific purpose in mind, to be a celestial defender and warrior. In the book of Daniel, for example, we see that Michael is described as the great prince who defends Israel, God's people. This description gives us an idea of how important Michael's role is within the celestial order. Michael's position as an archangel implies not only power and authority, but also a unique responsibility. He is not just a messenger, like other angels, but someone who leads and commands in the spiritual battles that occur in the unseen realms. It is believed that Michael's creation was part of God's plan to ensure that his promises and purposes are fulfilled, especially during moments of great spiritual conflict. It is fascinating to consider how God, in his infinite wisdom, created beings like Michael to operate in specific areas of his kingdom. The existence of Michael reminds us that God has an organized heavenly army, prepared to intervene in the physical world whenever necessary. This creation of angels with defined roles demonstrates the order and purpose that permeate all of God's actions, from the creation of the universe to the final events that are yet to come. In the book of Daniel, Michael is presented as a powerful defender of the people of Israel, a role that highlights his importance in the heavenly hierarchy and his function as a protector of God's chosen people. Daniel, a prophet who lived during the Babylonian exile, received visions and revelations from God, many of which involved spiritual battles and the fate of Israel. It is in this context that Michael appears, not just as an angel, but as one of the chief princes, Daniel 10 verse 13, with a prominent position in the spiritual war. In Daniel 10 verse 13, when Daniel was praying and fasting for 21 days, an angel appeared to him and explained that he had been delayed in arriving due to a spiritual battle with the prince of the kingdom of Persia. It was then that Michael, described as one of the chief princes, came to help this angel in the fight. This intervention by Michael shows his role as a warrior and defender, someone who acts at critical moments to ensure that God's will is accomplished. Michael is mentioned again in Daniel 10 verse 21, where he is described as your prince, referring to the special role he plays in relation to the people of Israel. This designation as Prince of Israel suggests that Michael was tasked by God to protect and intercede for the Jewish people, especially in times of danger and oppression. His mission involves not only physical defense, but also spiritual protection against the evil forces that seek to destroy God's plan for Israel. In the final chapter of the book of Daniel, Michael appears once again, this time in a vision concerning the end times. In Daniel 12 verse 1, It is said that, "At that time shall arise Michael, the great prince who has charge of your people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never has been since there was a nation till that time. But at that time your people shall be delivered, everyone whose name shall be found written in the book." Here, Michael is seen as the great defender of Israel during the period of greatest tribulation, ensuring that those whose names are written in God's book will be saved. The presence of Michael in the book of Daniel reinforces his image as the protector and defender of Israel, a role that has deep implications both in historical and eschatological contexts. His actions in defense of Israel during spiritual and physical crises show how God, through his angels, continues to protect and guide his people throughout history. The fact that Michael is always ready to intervene in moments of great need demonstrates God's constant vigilance and care for those he has chosen. One of the most powerful passages involving Michael is in the book of Revelation, where he leads the heavenly armies in an epic battle against Lucifer and his rebellious angels. Revelation 12 verses 7-9 describes this celestial confrontation. "Now war arose in heaven, Michael and his angels fighting against the dragon. And the dragon and his angels fought back, but he was defeated, and there was no longer any place for them in heaven." This event marks a decisive moment in cosmic history, where Lucifer's rebellion is finally defeated. Lucifer, once known as the angel of light, led a rebellion against God, desiring to usurp the divine throne. This rebellion caused a division in the heavens, leading a portion of the angels to ally with Lucifer. The Bible does not detail exactly how this battle began, but what is clear is that Michael was chosen by God to command his heavenly forces against the rebels. Michael's figure as commander not only shows his power, but also the trust God places in him to defend divine order. Michael's victory in this battle resulted in the definitive expulsion of Lucifer and his angels from heaven. They were cast to earth, where they would continue to cause problems, but now defeated and stripped of their positions of power in the heavens. The fall of Lucifer, also known as Satan, is a testament to God's power in establishing his justice and order, and to the crucial role of Michael as the defender and enforcer of divine will. This battle was not just a physical fight, but a spiritual war with profound implications for the entire universe. Michael, with his commanding position, ensured that God's justice prevailed, expelling the forces of evil and ensuring that heaven remained a place of holiness and pure worship. The battle also symbolizes the ongoing struggle between good and evil, which is fought not only in the heavens, but also in the lives of believers here on earth. The title of Archangel, attributed to Michael, is of extreme importance and carries significant weight in the celestial context. The word Archangel means chief angel or leading angel, indicating that Michael occupies a supreme leadership position among the angels. In the Bible, the term Archangel is used to describe Michael in passages such as Jude 1 verse 9, where he is referred to as Michael the Archangel. This title is not merely honorary. It denotes authority, power, and a unique responsibility within the heavenly hierarchy. Being an archangel means that Michael is the commander of God's armies, leading the angels in spiritual battles against the forces of evil. His role goes beyond being just a messenger. He is a strategic leader who coordinates and directs the actions of the angels in defense of divine justice. Michael's position as archangel also implies that he is one of the most powerful beings created by God, with a responsibility that few other angels share. Michael's leadership is particularly evident in passages such as Revelation 12 verses 7-9, where he leads the heavenly armies against Lucifer and his rebellious angels. This battle not only highlights his ability as a warrior, but also his capacity to lead in situations of great conflict. The title of Archangel is, therefore, a recognition of his importance in the divine plan and the trust that God places in him to carry out his orders. In addition to being a military leader, The title of Archangel also suggests that Michael has a special role of intercession and protection for God's people. As we saw in the book of Daniel, Michael is described as the defender of Israel, a role that reflects his care and responsibility in protecting God's people. This combination of leadership, power, and responsibility makes Michael a central figure in angelic theology and the understanding of spiritual warfare. Michael, as Archangel, is not only a leader in celestial battles, he also plays a crucial role as the spiritual protector of the faithful. His mission goes beyond leading the heavenly armies in war. Michael is seen as an active defender of those who belong to God, fighting against the forces of evil that seek to destroy the divine plan and harm God's children. This protective role of Michael is one of the reasons he is so venerated and respected in various Christian traditions. The defense against evil is one of the most important tasks that Michael performs. In the Bible, we see Michael interceding at critical moments, such as in the book of Daniel, where he rises to protect Israel during times of great tribulation. In Daniel 12 verse 1, it is written, "At that time shall arise Michael, the great prince who has charge of your people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never has been since there was a nation till that time. But at that time your people shall be delivered, everyone whose name shall be found written in the book." This shows that Michael not only defends the nation of Israel, but also all those who are faithful to God. Michael's role as protector also extends to the spiritual battle that each believer faces daily. In Christian tradition, he is seen as a powerful intercessor, someone who can be called upon in prayer to help in the fight against temptations, oppressions, and spiritual attacks. This protection is not limited to the spiritual realm. It is often believed that Michael also offers physical protection, intervening in dangerous situations to save and protect God's faithful. Michael is frequently invoked in moments of great spiritual need, such as in exorcisms and other battles against evil forces. Christian tradition teaches that, because of his strength and authority, Michael has the power to expel demons and combat the forces of darkness. This reinforces his position not only as a warrior but as a protector who is constantly vigilant, ready to act in defense of those who trust in God. The protection offered by Michael is a demonstration of God's care for his people. Even in the midst of the most difficult battles, the faithful can be assured that they are not alone. Michael, as commander of the heavenly armies, is by their side, fighting against the forces of evil. This assurance brings comfort and encouragement, knowing that there is a powerful protector interceding for them in the spiritual realm. Michael, as archangel and leader of the heavenly armies, also plays a significant role in intercession, especially in relation to the prayers of the saints. While the Bible does not extensively detail Michael's specific intercession, Christian tradition recognizes him as a powerful intercessor who assists in bringing God's will to pass, especially in moments of great spiritual need. The idea of Michael as an intercessor is closely linked to his role as protector and defender of God's people. Intercession, in the biblical context, is the act of mediating or interceding on behalf of someone, and Michael, as one of the most powerful angels, is seen as someone who can carry the faithful supplications directly to God. In Revelation 8 verses 3-4, we find a description of angels presenting the prayers of the saints to God. "And another angel came and stood at the altar with a golden censer, and he was given much incense to offer with the prayers of all the saints on the golden altar before the throne. And the smoke of the incense, with the prayers of the saints, rose before God from the hand of the angel." Although Michael is not specifically mentioned in this passage, his leadership position suggests that he plays an important role in this process. It is believed that Michael, in his role as commander of the angels, helps to orchestrate and strengthen the prayers of the saints, especially in times of spiritual crisis. When the faithful face intense challenges or spiritual battles, invoking Michael in prayer is a common practice, asking for his intercession so that prayers may be effective and divine protection granted. The Catholic tradition, for example, has a specific prayer to Saint Michael the Archangel, asking for his help and intercession against the powers of evil. Michael's role in intercession can also be seen as part of his mission to carry out God's will on earth. As the leader of the heavenly armies, Michael is tasked with ensuring that God's plans are fulfilled, and this includes supporting the saints in their prayers and spiritual battles. He is a defender who works tirelessly to ensure that justice and truth prevail, interceding on behalf of those who seek God with sincerity and faith. In addition to being a protector, Michael is an example of how intercession can be a powerful force in spiritual life. Believers can trust that by praying and seeking Michael's help, their prayers are strengthened and brought with fervor to God's throne. This offers comfort and security, knowing that an archangel of such authority is by their side, interceding and fighting on their behalf. Michael, the archangel, occupies a singular position among the angelic figures mentioned in the Bible. While there are other important angels, such as Gabriel, who play vital roles in communicating divine messages, Michael stands out for his role in leadership and spiritual warfare. One of the main differences between Michael and other angels is his position as commander of the heavenly armies, a role that is not attributed to any other angel in the scriptures. Gabriel, for example, is often seen as God's messenger, bringing crucial revelations to figures like Daniel, Zechariah, and Mary. In Daniel 8 verse 16 and Luke 1 verse 19, Gabriel appears as the bearer of good news and divine clarifications. While Gabriel is clearly an angel of great importance, his role focuses on communicating God's will, whereas Michael is tasked with leading and protecting, especially in contexts of spiritual conflict. Another notable angelic figure is Lucifer, before his fall. Lucifer was a cherub, described as the seal of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. Ezekiel 28 verses 12 to 15. However, his rebellion against God led him to be expelled from heaven, becoming Satan. While Lucifer possessed great beauty and position, he lost everything due to his pride. Michael, on the other hand, remains faithful to God and stands out as the antithesis of Lucifer, leading the battle that resulted in Satan's expulsion along with his fallen angels. Michael's uniqueness is also evidenced in his title of archangel, the only angel explicitly referred to as such in the scriptures. This indicates a position of authority and responsibility that no other angel possesses. The Bible does not mention other archangels, which suggests that Michael holds a special place in the heavenly hierarchy, being the chief defender of God's people and the leader in spiritual battles against evil. Compared to other angels, such as Raphael, who is mentioned in the book of Tobit, part of the deuterocanonical books of the Catholic Bible, Michael is distinguished by his military and protective role. Raphael is known for his mission of healing and guidance, while Michael is the warrior who fights for God's causes, protecting the chosen people and confronting the forces of evil on the front lines. Moreover, Michael, the archangel, not only played a crucial role in past spiritual battles, but is also destined to have significant participation in the final events of the apocalypse. The book of Revelation, in particular, gives a prophetic vision of what is to come, and Michael is mentioned as a central figure in these critical moments. His presence in the end times on his continued responsibility as the defender of God's people and the leader of the heavenly armies. In Revelation 12 verses 7 to 9, Michael is described leading a decisive battle in heaven against the dragon, identified as Satan and his fallen angels. This battle results in the final expulsion of Satan, sealing God's victory over the forces of evil. This passage shows that Michael is instrumental in limiting Satan's power and ensuring that divine justice prevails. Michael's role in the end times is also linked to the protection of God's people during the period of tribulation. In Daniel 12 verse 1, it is said that, "At that time shall arise Michael, the great prince who has charge of your people." This prophecy refers to the time of distress that will precede the end, a period of intense persecution and suffering for God's people. The mention of Michael rising suggests that he will have an active role in protecting the faithful during these difficult times, ensuring that those who remain faithful are delivered. In addition to his military and protective role, Michael's involvement in the end times can be seen as part of the fulfillment of God's redemptive plan. By leading the heavenly forces against Satan and his followers, Michael contributes to the realization of the final destiny of the universe, the defeat of evil and the establishment of God's eternal kingdom. This includes the final judgment, where the righteous will be rewarded and the wicked will receive their condemnation. The image of Michael in the end times is, therefore, that of a victorious warrior, but also of a compassionate guardian who protects God's people. He represents the certainty that, regardless of the tribulations that may arise, God's justice and love will prevail. Michael's role is to ensure that the divine plan is fulfilled in its entirety, from beginning to end, and that God's people are safely guided to the new heaven and new earth promised in Revelation 21. Now that you know about Michael's incredible role as the commander of God's armies, tell me, how do you see the importance of spiritual warfare in your life? Share your opinion in the comments. I want to know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to keep exploring these deep mysteries. Together, we will learn even more about the scriptures and God's plan for us.